Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. The function of a teacher. Perform as expected when applied. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. A vaguely specified social event. A seemingly endless round of social functions. Serve a purpose, role, or function. The table functions as a desk. What something is used for. The function of an auger is to bore holes. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. Perform duties attached to a particular office or place or function. A formal or official social gathering or ceremony. It was a black tie function. A relation such that one thing is dependent on another. Height as a function of age. A job in an organization. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. Professional or clerical workers in an office. The whole office was late the morning of the blizzard. Of a government or government official, holding an office means being in power. Being in office already gives a candidate a great advantage. Place of business where professional or clerical duties are performed. He rented an office in the new building. An administrative unit of government. A religious rite or service prescribed by ecclesiastical authorities. The offices of the Mass. The effort contributed by a person in bringing about a result. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. The government must do its part. To some extent, in some degree, not wholly. I felt partly to blame. Assets belonging to or due to or contributed by an individual person or group. A portion of a natural object. They analyzed the river into 3 parts. Something less than the whole of a human artifact. The rear part of the house. One of the portions into which something is regarded as divided and which together constitute a whole. The written part of the exam. Discontinue an association or relation. Go different ways. The business partners broke over a tax question. The melody carried by a particular voice or instrument in polyphonic music. He tried to sing the tenor part. Force, take, or pull apart. Moses parted the Red Sea. An item that is an instance of some type. My dog swallowed a Lego part. A line of scalp that can be seen when sections of hair are combed in opposite directions. His part was right in the middle. Leave. The extended spatial location of something. Religions in all parts of the world. Go one's own way. Move apart. The friends separated after the party. Something determined in relation to something that includes it. He wanted to feel a part of something bigger than himself. An actor's portrayal of someone in a play. She played the part of Desdemona. Come apart. That which concerns a person with regard to a particular role or situation. It requires vigilance on our part. The actions and activities assigned to or required or expected of a person or group. Play its role. What something is used for. An actor's portrayal of someone in a play. Normal or customary activity of a person in a particular social setting. What is your role on the team? Follow a certain course. How did your interview go? Have a particular form. As the saying goes. Move away from a place into another direction. Perform as expected when applied. The washing machine won't go unless it's plugged in. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. How fast does your new car go? Be in the right place or situation. Let's put healthcare where it belongs, under the control of the government. A usually brief attempt. A board game for two players who place counters on a grid. The object is to surround and so capture the opponent's counters. Pass from physical life and lose all bodily attributes and functions necessary to sustain life. Make a certain noise or sound. Lead, extend, or afford access. This door goes to the basement. Street names for methylenedioxymethamphetamine. Continue to live and avoid dying. Begin or set in motion. Ready, set, go. Stop operating or functioning. To be spent or finished. The money had gone after a few days. A time period for working, after which you will be relieved by someone else. It's my go. Blend or harmonize. This sofa won't go with the chairs. Go through in search of something. Search through someone's belongings in an unauthorized way. Enter or assume a certain state or condition. Get going. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Can I go now? Give support to, or make a choice of, one out of a group or number. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. His knowledge doesn't go very far. Follow a procedure or take a course. We should go farther in this matter. Be the right size or shape. Fit correctly or as desired. Progress by being changed. The speech has to go through several more drafts. Be abolished or discarded. These ugly billboards have to go. Be or continue to be in a certain condition. Be ranked or compare. This violinist is as good as Juilliard-trained violinists go. Be spent. Functioning correctly and ready for action. All systems are go. Pass, fair, or elapse, of a certain state of affairs or action. How is it going? Handle and cause to function. Do not operate machinery after imbibing alcohol. Perform as expected when applied. Perform surgery on. The doctors operated on the patient but failed to save his life. Direct or control. Projects, businesses, etc. Perform a movement in military or naval tactics in order to secure an advantage in attack or defense. Keep engaged. A small stream. have a particular form. The story or argument runs as follows. Perform as expected when applied. Does this old car still run well? Compete in a race. He is running the marathon this year. Become undone. A row of unraveled stitches. She got a run in her stocking. A score in baseball made by a runner touching all 4 bases safely. The Yankees scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. Run, stand, or compete for an office or a position. Who's running for treasurer this year? Come unraveled or undone as if by snagging. Her nylons were running. Direct or control. Projects, businesses, etc. She is running a relief operation in the Sudan. Extend or continue for a certain period of time. The film runs 5 hours. A race between candidates for elective office. He is raising money for a Senate run. Include as the content, broadcast or publicize. Pass over, across, or through. The act of testing something. Travel a route regularly. Carry out a process or program, as on a computer or a machine. Run a new program on the Mac. Flee. Take to one's heels, cut and run. If you see this man, run. Cause something to pass or lead somewhere. Have a tendency or disposition to do or be something, be inclined. These dresses run small. Stretch out over a distance, space, time, or scope. Run or extend between 2 points or beyond a certain point. Service runs all the way to Cranberry. The act of running, traveling on foot at a fast pace. He broke into a run. Cause to emit recorded audio or video. Keep company. The heifers run with the bulls to produce offspring. Change or be different within limits. Interest rates run from 5 to 10%. Deal in illegally, such as arms or liquor. Continue to exist. A race run on foot. She broke the record for the half-mile run. An unbroken series of events. Nicholas had a run of birdies. Reduce or cause to be reduced from a solid to a liquid state, usually by heating. The pouring forth of a fluid. American football. A play in which a player attempts to carry the ball through or past the opposing team. The defensive line braced to stop the run. Be diffused. These dyes and colors are guaranteed not to run. Move along, of liquids. Progress by being changed. Run through your presentation before the meeting. Pursue for food or sport, as of wild animals. The dogs are running deer. An unbroken chronological sequence. The play had a long run on Broadway. A regular trip. The ship made its run in record time. A short trip. Take a run into town. Be affected by, be subjected to. Run at temperature. Be operating, running or functioning. The car is still running, turn it off. Carry out. Run an errand. Cause an animal to move fast. Run the dogs. Cause to perform. Run a subject. Change from one state to another. Run amok. Cover by running. Run a certain distance. Make without a miss. Move about freely and without restraint, or act as if running around in an uncontrolled way. Who are these people running around in the building? Move fast by using one's feet, with one foot off the ground at any given time. Don't run, you'll be out of breath. Occur persistently. Musical talent runs in the family. Run with the ball, in such sports as football. Sail before the wind. Set animals loose to graze. The continuous period of time during which something, a machine or a factory, operates or continues in operation. The assembly line was on a 12-hour run. The production achieved during a continuous period of operation, of a machine or factory, etc. A daily run of 100,000 gallons of paint. Travel rapidly, by any, unspecified, means. She always runs to Italy, because she has a lover there. Unrestricted freedom to use. He has the run of the house. Make uniform. Work the clay until it is soft. Perform as expected when applied. This old radio doesn't work anymore. Be employed. Is your husband working again? Applying the mind to learning and understanding a subject, especially by reading. Mastering a second language requires a lot of work. Have and exert influence or effect. The artist's work influenced the young painter. Make something, usually for a specific function. Cause to happen or to occur as a consequence. I cannot work a miracle. The occupation for which you are paid. A lot of people are out of work. Cause to work. He is working his servants hard. Find the solution to a problem or question, or understand the meaning of. This unpleasant situation isn't going to work itself out. A product produced or accomplished through the effort or activity or agency of a person or thing. It is not regarded as one of his more memorable works. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. The voting process doesn't work as well as people thought. Use or manipulate to one's advantage. She knows how to work the system. Proceed along a path. Work one's way through the crowd. Prepare for crops. Shape, form, or improve a material. Work stone into tools. A place where work is done. He arrived at work early today. Cause to undergo fermentation. The vintner worked the wine in big oak vats. The total output of a writer or artist, or a substantial part of it. Picasso's work can be divided into periods. Give a workout to. My personal trainer works me hard. Go sour or spoil. The wine worked. Activity directed toward making or doing something. She checked several points needing further work. Arrive at a certain condition through repeated motion. The stitches of the hem worked loose after she wore the skirt many times. Behave in a certain way when handled. This dough does not work easily. Cause to operate or function. This pilot works the controls. Exert oneself by doing mental or physical work for a purpose or out of necessity. I will work hard to improve my grades. Gratify and charm, usually in order to influence. The political candidate worked the crowds. Move in an agitated manner. His fingers worked with tension. Move into or onto. Work the raisins into the dough. Operate in a certain place, area, or specialty. She works the nightclubs. Operate in or through. Physics. A manifestation of energy. The transfer of energy from one physical system to another expressed as the product of a force and the distance through which it moves a body in the direction of that force. Work equals force times distance. Proceed towards a goal or along a path or through an activity. Work your way through every problem or task. Provoke or excite. The rock musician worked the crowd of young girls into a frenzy. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. Plan, delineate, or arrange in detail. Map one's future. To establish a mapping of mathematical elements or sets. A diagrammatic representation of the Earth's surface, or part of it. Depict as if on a map. Sorrow was mapped on the mother's face. Explore or survey for the purpose of making a map. We haven't even begun to map the many galaxies that we know exist. Locate within a specific region of a chromosome in relation to known DNA or gene sequences. Map the genes. Make a map of. Show or establish the features of details of. Map the surface of Venus. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. Genetics. The process of locating genes on a chromosome. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. Mathematics. A mathematical relation such that each element of a given set, the domain of the function, is associated with an element of another set, the range of the function. A usually secretive or illicit sexual relationship. A vaguely specified concern. It is none of your affair. A vaguely specified social event. The party was quite an affair. An event that occurs at a critical time. It was needed only on special occasions. A vaguely specified social event. An occasion arranged to honor the president. An opportunity to do something. There was never an occasion for her to demonstrate her skill. Give occasion to. Reason. There was no occasion for complaint. The time of a particular event. On the occasion of his 60th birthday. A vaguely specified social event. A seemingly endless round of social functions. A vaguely specified social event. Mate with. Male animals serve the females for breeding purposes. Be used by, as of a utility. The sewage plant served the neighboring communities. Be sufficient. Be adequate, either in quality or quantity. Nothing else will serve. Work for or be a servant to. May I serve you? Serve a purpose, role, or function. The tree stump serves as a table. Sports. A stroke that puts the ball in play. His powerful serves won the game. Deliver a warrant or summons to someone. Help to some food. Help with food or drink. I served him 3 times, and after that he helped himself. Promote, benefit, or be useful or beneficial to. Art serves commerce. Spend time in prison or in a labor camp. Provide, usually but not necessarily food. We serve meals for the homeless. Contribute or conduce to. The scandal served to increase his popularity. Devote, part of, one's life or efforts to, as of countries, institutions, or ideas. She served the art of music. Do duty or hold offices, serve in a specific function. He served as head of the department for 3 years. Do military service. She served in Vietnam. Put the ball into play. It was Agassiz' turn to serve. Reach a decision. An anticipated outcome that is intended or that guides your planned actions. What something is used for. The quality of being determined to do or achieve something, firmness of purpose. He is a man of purpose. Propose or intend. Exerting shrewd or devious influence especially for one's own advantage. Use up, consume fully. Avail oneself to. Use care when going down the stairs. Economics. The utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The act of using. He warned against the use of narcotic drugs. Take or consume, regularly or habitually. She uses drugs rarely. What something is used for. Ballet is beautiful, but what use is it? Psychology. An automatic pattern of behavior in reaction to a specific situation. May be inherited or acquired through frequent repetition. Long use had hardened him to it. Law. The exercise of the legal right to enjoy the benefits of owning property. We were given the use of his boat. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. Use your head. A particular service. He put his knowledge to good use. Habitually do something or be in a certain state or place, use only in the past tense. She used to call her mother every week, but now she calls only occasionally. Seek or achieve an end by using to one's advantage. She uses her influential friends to get jobs. A process or series of acts, especially of a practical or mechanical nature, involved in a particular form of work. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. A particular course of action intended to achieve a result. The procedure of obtaining a driver's license. A mode of conducting legal and parliamentary proceedings. A short performance that is part of a longer program. She had a catchy little routine. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. An unvarying or habitual method or procedure. Found in the ordinary course of events. It was a routine day. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. A set sequence of steps, part of larger computer program. Perform duties attached to a particular office or place or function. His wife officiated as his private secretary. Act in an official capacity in a ceremony or religious ritual, such as a wedding. Who officiated at your wedding? The social force that binds you to the courses of action demanded by that force. We must instill a sense of duty in our children. A government tax on imports or exports. Work that you are obliged to perform for moral or legal reasons. A relation between mathematical expressions, such as equality or inequality. An event characteristic of persons forming groups. Be sufficient. Be adequate, either in quality or quantity. A B grade doesn't suffice to get me into medical school. Doctor's degree in osteopathy. Carry out or perform an action. Carry on or function. We could do with a little more help around here. Be sufficient. Be adequate, either in quality or quantity. Will $100 do? Create or design, often in a certain way. Get something done. An uproarious party. Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. What makes her do this way? Give rise to. Cause to happen or occur, not always intentionally. Proceed or get along. How is she doing in her new job? Engage in. Do research. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Arrange attractively. Spend time in prison or in a labor camp. The syllable naming the first, tonic, note of any major scale in psalmization. Travel or traverse, a distance. This car does 150 miles per hour. React verbally. She didn't want to answer. Be sufficient. Be adequate, either in quality or quantity. A few words would answer. A statement that solves a problem or explains how to solve the problem. The answers were in the back of the book. A statement, either spoken or written, that is made to reply to a question or request or criticism or accusation. I waited several days for his answer. Understand the meaning of. The question concerning the meaning of life cannot be answered. A nonverbal reaction. His answer to any problem was to get drunk. Be liable or accountable. She must answer for her actions. Be satisfactory for. Meet the requirements of or serve the purpose of. This may answer her needs. Give a defense or refutation of, a charge, or in, an argument. The defendant answered to all the charges of the prosecution. Give the correct answer or solution to. Answer a question. Match or correspond. The drawing of the suspect answers to the description the victim gave. React to a stimulus or command. The steering of my new car answers to the slightest touch. Respond to a signal. Answer the door. The principal pleading by the defendant in response to plaintiff's complaint. In criminal law it consists of the defendant's plea of guilty, or not guilty, or nolo contendere. In civil law it must contain denials of all allegations in the plaintiff's complaint that the defendant hopes to controvert, and it can contain affirmative defenses or counterclaims. The speech act of replying to a question. Computer science. A program designed for general support of the processes of a computer. A computer system provides utility programs to perform the tasks needed by most users. The quality of being of practical use. Used a beef. Usable but inferior. A company that performs a public service, subject to government regulation. Capable of substituting in any of several positions on a team. A utility infielder. A facility composed of one or more pieces of equipment connected to or part of a structure and designed to provide a service such as heat or electricity or water or sewage disposal. Economics. A measure that is to be maximized in any situation involving choice. The service, electric power or water or transportation, provided by a public utility.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.